Let's get on to domain 8, software development security. And this is the final domain. We've got 4 slides of summary material, plus lots of things to go through. So some major changes in this domain, whether it's actually continuous or just regular, who knows. So in the we now have 3 delivery teams, and which is a library and which is a tool set and which is an IDE, in my view, is largely in the eye of the beholder. But as I say, we'll look at some of the extant definitions that are out there, and then you can make your own decision about whether you want to look into that any further. So let's start to unpack these things, starting with libraries. So it says a library is a collection of non-volatile resources. So be aware of the different meanings. But in this case, we're talking about a library of config data, documentation, help data, pre-written code and subroutines, etc., to help us in software development. And again, definition is from Wikipedia. So we've taken the source code, which is understandable by humans. It's compiled or interpreted, and it's running as machine code, basically as ones and zeros on the CPU. And Wikipedia goes on to say most programming languages have some form of runtime system that gives them an environment in which programs run, and therefore you're most likely to see some, fuller explanations of what a runtime system looks like for a language like Ada, which has quite a lot of overheads at runtime because of that, which obviously, clearly people have tried to get away from in the last few years. And instead we have security, orchestration, automation and response, and application security testing, whether it be static or dynamic. I can find nothing on them in the study guide or the student guide. I don't know why, but just changes in emphasis. SOAR. So this refers to technologies that enable organizations to collect inputs monitored by the security operations team. For example, alerts from the SIEM system and other security technologies, where incident analysis and triage can be performed by leveraging a combination of human and machine power. Okay, so this is called static analysis, and it's been around for years. Then quite differently, we have dynamic application security testing tools for black box testing of application functionality. And so our final overview slide, 4 of 4, within subdomain 8.4, which is all about the security impact of acquired software. And the problem being, of course, that COTS software comes to us, we don't really have intimate knowledge of what it contains or what it does because somebody else has done it. We've just bought it. But on the other hand, it's not really feasible to just avoid it altogether. We need to research security from all available directions, not just what the vendor tells us. We need to assume that the software is insecure until proven otherwise. We've got to build in monitoring systems to detect failure, and then we've got to be ready to deal with it, not just assume that the COTS software will work perfectly forever. So I guess it comes down to how confident are you in your analysis and testing and what you're using it for. So this is now sounding very familiar, isn't it? And understanding these concepts is very important for the exam, because if you've got a woolly understanding of the concept, then the exam will force you to reason about these things. And I would just like to move on now as we come to the end of the course. And on the points of copyright, I'd just like to point out that most of the quotes in double inverted commas are from Wikipedia, and I am able to share those under the Creative Commons license 4.0. Then I've also got some short quotes from other websites, and I acknowledge that the copyright of that information belongs to the source website, not to me. And I have given page numbers from the CISSP official study guide in order to point you where to go to find the material, but I have not included any material from that book because it's copyright. But all of the work of putting this all together, the dozens of hours it's taken me to put all this together, is my effort. And if you would like some more information on security and safety, then please go and visit www.safetyartisan.com. As you can see, it's an HTTPS secure site. And you are most welcome to subscribe for regular emails giving you access, or advising you when new stuff comes out. There's a lot of free stuff on the website. So thanks very much, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.